beautiful Cancer, to your September 2022 reading. Now look, take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm doing this reading just to tap into the energy at the beginning of September, but there's going to be themes throughout September in this reading. There's things that need to be achieved over a period of time, and sometimes a week simply is not enough for us to tackle some of the bigger issues. Now, I blessed the space and began the reading for you, my darling Cancer, and then I have cards flying everywhere. It was a powerful reading, and then as I was picking up some cards that had flown out, I realised I had not hit record. So about midway is where we take on from the reading from there. I didn't miss the whole reading, but just the first part. So I'm going to zoom back and show you some of the earlier parts of the reading. I flipped back. This was about the time where I realised, oh, hang on a minute. And so I'll update you on those cards later in the reading. But let's just flip back while I pull back these cards and take you back to the beginning of the cards that I had pulled out for you, my darling Cancer. Hopefully this is okay with you. As I said, I just don't like, I don't want to retake a reading. The cards that came out were the cards that were meant to be. Okay, so the three cards that came out in the beginning that really set the tone for the reading. On the left, you have the beautiful Ace of Swords. In the center is the Tower, which some people find challenging, but I think it's really important to deal with this card in this reading because you've got the beautiful Ace on the left, the Tower in the center, and then on the right you've got the beautiful Star card and the beautiful solar energy in that card as well. So let's have a look at these cards a bit more closely while I take you through them, and you can really look at them. So as I said, on the left was the Ace of Swords, and I see that butterfly energy, that transformation came out straight away for me, and then we pulled the Tower card. Now, the Tower is a challenging card for some people. I see it as an opportunity to recognize where we might have invested our time in not a strong foundation in our life. And if you see this tower as a tree, you think about the roots below, they need to be strong to withstand a storm when it comes up. It almost looks like the imagery here, like it's been hit by lightning. And then you've got the star there. And I just feel with that tower straddled by both of those energies that it's a real time to cut through and begin again with things that you are unhappy with. You can deal with those challenges. I really felt that from this energy straight up when it came up. And I saw on the right hand side with the star that beautiful, the sun energy, and I feel really strongly about the sun and moon energy. And the sun is a star, and it's that real coming out from the dark depths of that kind of tower energy and recognizing what changes need to take place. Beautiful Cancer. Okay, so these were the three cards that kind of set the tone at the beginning of the reading. And then from there, the cards that I pulled, which I will go into detail for you, there was just so much energy and real power, I guess, in the energy that was coming through around that time when I was pulling the cards at the beginning of the reading. I almost feel like I hit record and then it turned off itself. It was just weird. So let's have a look at the next cards that came out for you, which were the three oracle cards, and they again were like real flyers. I had pulled this card, which is Come Together, We Need Each Other. Then we had You Cannot Make a Mistake. There are infinite possibilities available to you. And I really felt that was the kind of cancelling out energy. We've got here, forgiveness will set you free. But I felt with that central card that you cannot make a mistake. It's that central card in the middle there. It's almost like, look, I got a real visual with it. And it's almost like you are building a palace over that, breaking down that tower. It's just that visual just drew me right in there for you, beautiful Cancer. So I want to go to that description first. And it is, you cannot make a mistake. These are infinite possibilities available to you. You have drawn this card as a reminder Let great power and support exist within and around you. You may feel uncertain about the path forward, especially if you've just overcome a difficult period or situation. You are entering a never before experienced part of your life, one with great hope, joy, love, and meaning. It can be scary to leave what you've worked so hard to create, but this is the time to gracefully step forward. You will be rewarded for your courage. Know that you cannot make a mistake. All choices give you more clarity and confidence with each choice you make. The universe will swoop in to support your decision and give you what you need most. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the unknown possibilities, lean into excitement. You deserve all the good fortune coming to you. You've done the healing and releasing necessary to embrace this new phase of your life. Accept your calling and step into your future with hope, fascination, peace, and awe. Keep trusting your instincts. And the question is, where is my heart guiding me? And this is why I really wanted to share this, even though I'd had the editing problem with the sound. This was just perfect energy to come over the tower and that message to come through for you, my darling Cancer. So I'm going to look at the card on the left, which is 44. All come together, we need each other. There is a lot of distraction and fear in the world, and when we give our attention to these outside forces, we lose sight of our authentic power. Look at any area in your life where you are resting and judging. Are you pushing against what you fear and lashing out energetically? We live in a system that thrives on pushing us apart and keeping us separate from one another. Do not fall into this trap. We need each other. Differences and all. Just because someone has a different view doesn't mean it isn't valid. Has part of your life become isolated in a bubble because you've surrounded yourself with a worldview that supports and reinforces your own beliefs? And it's it's that energy around who are you surrounding yourself with and what can propel you forward. Okay, and then the last one is forgiveness will set you free. Card 14. When someone you care about hurts you or you witness injustice and pain in the world, anger and resentment can feel justified. Perhaps you've been harmed by the action and words of another. When we experience trauma, these hurtful actions can have a lasting effect on us. You may be stuck in a vicious cycle of self-sabotage, blame and shame. Do you feel guilty for something you did or didn't do? Be kind to yourself and practice self-love and compassion. The words you say about yourself matter. And it is that the energy there on those cards is really important, I think, for you, my darling Cancer. Now you had in here 5 of trees, which was a limitation. But you had the 10 of hearts and you had the ace of trees. And the trees are actually... they are actually pentacles in this reading. So there's this beautiful opportunity. I almost feel like with that 10 of hearts, it's got that moon energy there, which is that real energy that you tap into, my darling Cancer. I don't know if you've noticed this in yourself, but it tends to be that the moon can affect the water signs particularly you, Cancer, because the moon is part of your well, it's a moon, it's not really a planet as such, but it does have influence over your emotions and feelings. So these were the cards that came out afterwards in the reading for you, that real beginning again, that 5 of Pentacles feeling that you need to let go of. And it was beautiful to see the star come through, and I really see that Ace of Stars is the Ace of Wands and re-sparking that energy. And then you've got the 7 of Trees, which is that contemplation, and that really going within with that 4 of Angels, which is rest, the 4 of Swords, and really going within and thinking, how can I reset here? And I've mentioned it before with other readings, particularly for this portion of the year, there's that real opportunity in this last quarter of the year to really make amends for the things that we do want to fix before we get to that Christmas New Year period. And that's, I just feel like I get this a lot from people. It's when people really beat themselves up a lot if they haven't made changes that they'd hoped. And we've had some real activity when we moved in the pulling the cards here for you, moving through into this next part of the reading. Okay, so again, the energy here was reinforcing to really, you know, move forward with this activity with the Ace of Stars, the Ace of Wands energy. And you had that beautiful star card in the beginning too. Now you have the Five of Pentacles here. I really just feel like it's reinforcing that, let that Tower feeling around you go. You have the Chariot there, and it's really about propelling yourself forward now with that beautiful energy there. And you have Strength, the Strength card. Now I love this card here, which is the King of Wands, right? Beautiful bee card. And it almost goes back to that come together, we need each other, with that bee and the community type. You know how bees really need each other to move forward and make their beautiful honey. And so here we had Justice, and I feel like I visually see a lot in cards as well, and the feeling that I get through. There's solar energy in that visual on that card, and the purple is just reinforcing about letting go of that dark, tapping into your, you know, your third eye chakra, and thinking about that real intuition and knowing that you have, my lovely Cancer, to move forward here. You've got beautiful energy here coming through with this Knight of Hearts. I feel like there's so many romance cards coming through in these water sign readings, and you know, disappointment there, almost like, especially with that Nine of Stars, it's that perseverance. And you did have coming through that beautiful energy with the Six of Hearts, which is the Six of Cups, and then the King of Stars, which is the Alchemist, like the King of Wands. And it's like, is there someone from your past that you're thinking about, or somebody that you are perhaps hoping to see again? Because that was just the energy that came through here. And I see here, I have pulled cards from, I've got the Lovers and the Four of Wands, and I just feel that there's this, spirits and guides are coming through with this message about tapping into your passion and finding what really lights you up. You've got beautiful cards in this reading, really special cards, and I almost feel like the world is your oyster. It's really funny to get the Wheel of Fortune coming through here, because when I first see this card jump through, I think, oh, the world, and then as I shuffle through in this reading, the world came straight back up. And this particular deck that I used for this last part of this reading here, with this beautiful world energy coming through, is a very special deck, and I'm using it for the readings in September. But this was the final closing here, is about this, the Lovers card on the right, and then left there's the Four of Wands, and in the center is the world. And it's just this energy and message for you, Cancer, about really stepping into your own now as we go into this final quarter of the year. September is this time I'm getting this message for you about planning and setting that new foundation. It's almost like a reset on some of the things that you want. There is the opportunity for romance there if you want it, but it's about generating that energy from you, from your heart. Like the Lovers card on the right there is, it's not just about relationships, it's about our own passion, our own creative essence and life force. And you had the Ace of Stars in your reading, which was that Ace of Wands energy. So you certainly have that to tap into in the real gut of who you are, my beautiful Cancer. Now, my lovely, thank you as always for sharing your energy with me for this reading. It is really reflective of the energy that was happening when I was pulling the cards, and during the first part of the reading as well, that there is a lot going on for you, but I really believe that there is a message in these beautiful cards for you. And as always, when I close out of the reading, I will bless the cards and wish much love and manifestation to come your way in the month of September. Take care and goodbye, darling Cancer.